Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing well. I'm Katrilda Frostbarrow. Welcome to my channel. I hope you love it here. Hi, it's been a while. I had this video planned for Pride Month, cutting it really close, I might say. I've been thinking about this video since the 9th of June and actually started working on it like 3 days ago. Anyway, as you can tell from the title of this video, I'm turning pride flags into characters. Let's get into it. Now I did a total of 8 flags. I decided to go for sexual orientation flags together. Maybe if I did finish this video earlier, I'd be able to do another video, but with the gender identity flags. I'll try to do better next year. Flag number 1 is a new flag I never heard of. It's the abrosexual pride flag, which represents a person whose sexual orientation is fluid and changes over time. For each flag, I decided to do a bit of planning by making these little sketches, if you can call them that, blueprints. I'll go with that. The first idea that popped in my head for this character is making them a dancer. Since they're fluid with their sexual orientation, I wanted a fluid type of occupation for them. I gave each character an occupation that kind of relates to their flag in some way. I also really wanted to give them pink hair, pink or green hair, but I ended up going with pink. I also made her a girl thanks to a wheel that chose the skin color and gender for some of the characters. This first character ended up having vitiligo, sorry for the wrong pronunciation, which as you can see as I get into the creation of the character, I found pretty hard to pull off in Gacha Life. One thing I did really like about this character is the hair that I made for her. And also the clothes you see here, I ended up completely changing them. Here she is. Meet Abigail. She is a dancer who's always dreamt of becoming a dancer since she was a little kid and is now working towards becoming famous. Flag 2 is the Arrow Ace Pride flag, which represents a person who experienced little to no romantic or sexual attraction to others. As you can tell, I spent a lot of time on this blueprint and had a lot of fun with it. This was actually my most anticipated character to make. The first thing I thought of was making her some type of scientist. My thought process was that if she has a lot of free time, which is not spent on romantic relationships, she will spend it on getting an obsession with science. Now, let me explain what I mean. Throughout my high school life, majority of the conversations I have overheard were about relationships my classmates were in. And I have never been in a relationship or a long-term relationship. I also didn't hang out with people outside of school, so I had a lot of free time in high school, which I spent on hobbies. What I'm trying to say is I decided to make her a scientist of some kind, either a chemist or a biologist, because she had a lot of free time in high school or in school in general and had an obsession with science. I decided to give her orange hair. And I knew I wanted messy, The hardest part of this challenge were to find out what color to put for what, because I wanted to try to use all of the colors of the flag. That's the whole point. Some flags had a lot of colors while others had very few colors. This is Aria. Growing up, she didn't have any interest in anyone in her class like the other children, but she didn't mind that. She loved science and spent most of her free time on science. And now that she's a scientist, she loves to pour herself into her work. She has a close-knit group of friends who make sure she doesn't go overboard. Flag 3 is the aromantic flag, which represents a person who experiences little to no romantic attraction. The first male of the ensemble, I had a hard time trying to figure out what occupation to give him. So I settled on an actor. He's an actor. I didn't know how I was going to make the green suit look good in Gacha Life 2. I pride myself on being good at creating characters. I wouldn't call myself a master. His hair was hard to figure out. I wanted to do a kind of plaits look, but I didn't know how to do that or make it look good. So I went with a man bun. The first iteration of his suit looked good, but when I was making Pinterest boards for these characters as references, I got a lot of pictures with guys with their jackets over the shoulder. So I was wondering if I could do that in Gacha Life 2, which I found a way to. Meet Armani. He's a well-known actor with a bit of an ego. He takes a lot of pride in his appearance. He goes out with his friends frequently. He is his PR's team's worst nightmare. He is considered attractive, and he knows it. He takes his appearance very seriously and has a pretty big fan base and knows how to cater to his audience, let's just say that. Now for this character, I know I wanted their job to have something to do with the ocean. For the longest while, I was bent up on him being a marine biologist. At some point, I crossed out the idea because I didn't know how I was going to make a marine biologist diving suit look good in Gacha Life 2. But I managed it in the end. Say hello to Gabriel. He is a marine biologist who loves animals, mostly sea animals. He also loves swimming. He has a lot of favorite animals, so much to choose from that whenever he's asked what is his favorite animal, it is a different answer every time. Flag 5 was the asexual flag, which represents a person who experienced little to no sexual attraction to others. I decided to make him a lawyer, and at first I wanted to give him a white suit, all white suit, but I decided later to make it an all purple suit instead. I decided to make him an older man figure. As soon as I chose the eyes, it gave me an older guy feeling. While I was making this character, it started glitching. And when I closed the game to reopen the app, this happened. But I got it working again. Had to start all over though. This is Ashton. He's a lawyer and takes his job very seriously. He is kind of a workaholic. Well, not kind of. He is a workaholic and goes above and beyond for his cases. He is extremely dedicated to his job. He doesn't really have many friends, so he just works and works a lot, every waking moment. Like, if you needed a lawyer, you're probably gonna get him. It's just case after case for him. Flag 6 is the lesbian pride flag. Probably one of my favorite characters I have made in this video. She is so simple, but she turned out so good, and I just love her so much. I wanted her job to have something to do with the sunset and the beach, so I decided to make her a lifeguard. I also decided to make her a redhead. Maybe she and Arya are related. Maybe I can make them sisters. Although their hairs are different shades, though. I know I wanted to give her sunglasses of some kind, and I had these good ones, but I decided to go with such stupid options, these stupid sunglasses. I just liked it so much, and it gave the vibe that I was going for her. What took the longest was her bathing suit, practically the bottom half. And this is when I discovered that there are actually shapes in Gacha Life that you could use. It blew my mind. I got something I thought I was happy with, but I came back later to change it, to just make it shorter because I thought it was too long. Here she is. This is Leah. She is a laid-back person who loves the beach and loves swimming. She doesn't quite like her job because most of the time it's just people being stupid. Her words, not mine. But at least she gets to see the beach every day. That's the only upside for her. Flag 7, the bisexual pride flag. This represents a person who are attracted to more than one gender. It is not always just male and female. It can also include non-binary people. Now, at first, I wanted this character to be a singer because I felt like someone who loves more than one gender would be a banger at writing love songs. But then I thought of another flag that would go so much better with this concept. So I decided to make her a he, first of all, because there was too much girls, and since it's 8 flags, 4 boys, 4 girls, make it even. The original concept was a pop singer with dark skin, so I decided to put all of those ideas to the next flag and make this character an Asian male writer. He's a writer. Well, at least I tried to, because I don't really know how to make a gacha life character look Asian. I tried. His hair took up a lot of time. I wanted to make it long, longer than the other male characters. A writer doesn't really have a uniform, so I decided to go for an academia aesthetic with the shirt sticking out of the sweater type look. This is Billy. He is an aspiring writer who wishes to make it big one day. One of his major life goals is to get one of his books one day to be on the top sellers list. Flag 8, the last flag, is the pansexual pride flag, which represents a person who is attracted to people regardless of gender. Gender is not a deciding factor in who they find attractive, which leads to many using the term gender blind. For those who don't know the difference between bisexual and pansexual, like me for the longest time, I knew they were different, but I didn't know how they were different. This is the flag that I said would go better with the concept of being a pop singer. When I made her blueprint, I didn't have that many ideas. I just knew I wanted her to be a pop singer. And I knew once I opened the app, the ideas would just start coming in. Her hair was pretty fun for me. I knew I wanted to make it blue. I already had a pink-headed character. When I went looking for shoes, I found the perfect ones and decided to base her entire outfit around them, so a star theme. I did have problems posing her though. I was trying to make her not look creepy, like she's staring into your soul. Lastly, but not least, Paisley. She is a hopeless romantic who has been in a lot of relationships in the past. She is currently single as a Pringle and is not ready to mingle. All the time she used to use on romantic relationships is now focused in her singing career. She writes a lot of love songs and breakup songs. She had a lot of breakups. She loves her fans, and now they are the only love in her life. There you have it. I hope you enjoyed the video and the character designs. Leave a comment below. Tell me which one is your favorite. And if you have any thoughts or headcanons, maybe leave them down below as well. This was Katrilda. I hope you have a wonderful day, afternoon, or night, wherever you are in the world.